Find out where your mic is, your volume. All right. Which volume is this one?
Your home with the eyes in the front and the back of the head to chase away evil forces. Don't feed me, give me they instead. As long as you bring the offense. Things that the I say I can't deny. I am a witness, I'll testify. This song, my oriki, my sacrifice to the one who can do and
undo. We are energetic beings. When we begin to transition to a different frequency of thought and being, we must undergo a cleansing of beliefs and long-held perceptions of reality within us that contradict more expansive perception and our true nature. However, this is a cleansing, which is healing pain. When you own the pain, you have the authority to release it. The irony of pain is that when you resist it, you empower it. When you let it be and accept it, you disempower it. It then can move through you. Therefore, see the pain as passing through you. Release the pain into the light and claim that you freely let go of old paradigms of thinking, believing, and perceiving. This is the fire of transformation. It is the energetic, alchemical process that is referred to by the phrase turning light to gold.
Yeah! The voice of reason is Monday, a whole new topic ready to get cooking. Listen. I'm going to keep having the difficult discussion. It's only hard when we resist, right? I'm here to have the topic or have the conversation that most people don't want to have. So tonight's topic is one of those topics. Nobody ever really wants to talk about breaking up or growing apart, right? So when I came out in 2015 with my first relationship book, right? The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. It's available on Amazon.com right now. Came out in 2015, has been selling ever since then. The Relationship Dismount. When I came out with that book, people were afraid of the book because of the title. They thought, oh man, me and my wife, we doing good. Me and my squeeze, we don't need that book. And I had to explain to them, this is not a book that will break you up per se. This is not like, hey, this is how to get rid of your, significant other book. However, this is a book that will teach you how to break up with limiting beliefs, will teach you how to break up with, this attachment style you've gained. Because many people don't think they can get rid of that attachment style that you acquired from your primary caregivers, from your initial home environment, from the birth of your ordinary. And I'm here to say, yes, you have the power of self-authorship. But you have to claim that internal pen so that you may write your own narrative. But if your narrative, like many people, has been formulated or constructed via where we were raised and how we were raised and how we were treated, and if we were treated with respect, if we were abused, if we were disrespected, if we were marginalized, we have to prevent those things from creating our identity, right? This is why I say the power of self-authorship is, essential for spiritual growth. Tonight's topic is crazy in this way. spiritual awakening as the ultimate way to break up. Just like you get rid of your friends. So your friends fall off when you start reading, when you start changing, when you stop hanging out, when you start doing different things. The friends you used to kick it with, because you guys shared a similar vibration and frequency and consciousness level, when you raise your consciousness level, you ain't even got to send out a message or a memo. Do you know the same thing happens in intimate relationships? The word you get hit with is you're being distant. What if I'm growing up? And sometimes growing up means growing apart. 1-800-920-1580. Can we have this real conversation? Do you want to grow up? Most people don't want to grow up. They want to stick with what they know. Growing up means losing all I got when I come forward. I'm going to the phone lines. Spiritual awakening.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings
Yeah,
will disappear.
what up, people?
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe
Hey,
Williams
thanks
on
for sharing
KBLA
the
Talk
stream.
1580.
Listen up, everyone, and don't be a victim.
If
I
you're
like
paying
that.
over
Yeah, I
$14
like
a
that.
month for auto insurance, you're paying too much and probably paying for coverage you don't even need. Call Just Auto Insurance. They will find all the discounts you qualify for. They can get you free SR22 and registration services so you don't have to stand in line for hours. Start now. Pay less on auto insurance and save with plans as low as $14.
What up, everybody?
a
Hit
month
that
and
like
add a
button.
second
Come on, let's
driver
get those
or
likes
car
up.
for $5. And those who call right now will get roadside assistance for
Thank
free.
you, Haru,
And
for
what if someone doesn't have a
issuing
license or has some points on their record?
No
the
problem.
support
Just Auto will
challenge.
get you coverage at
Over the
lowest
last couple
rate.
of
Why?
days,
Because
the
they
last
give
few
the
days
most
of last
discounts.
week,
Don't pay more than you have to. Get insurance.
we
starting at
struggled through
$14
Thursday
add a
and
second
Friday.
car or driver for $5. And
We
get free
struggled
roadside
through.
assistance when calling 1-800.
But tonight, I hope everybody shows up
That is 1-800
and shows their support. I got an amazing
Roadside
playlist
assistance
tonight. I
for
want you
those who
guys to
call now.
enjoy this.
1-800-400-3189, 1-800-400-3189, 800-400.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27
Zoe
to
will
90
fuss.
gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in the yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation
True
so the
monger.
water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Come on, we're gonna be late to the cookout.
I was just packing up my famous mac and cheese.
I hope you packed the Pepto too.
Huh?
Pepto-Bismol provides fast relief from heartburn and indigestion. You know, that uncomfortable feeling after you eat too much? And after the deviled eggs, baked beans,
Twos
and
and
barbecue
fuse.
ribs? You're gonna need it.
Barbecue ribs. I should probably pack an extra shirt too.
Good call.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
As directed, keep out of reach of children.
That motherfucker sang diarrhea.
Yeah, it's Taco Bell's double steak
Diarrhea.
burrito. Don't know if you heard, but it has double steak, cheese grilled on top of it, and nacho cheese sauce inside.
Ooh, let me have a bite.
Nah, you're already cheesy enough with all your dad jokes.
And I keep all my jokes in a base.
Leave me alone. I'm
What up, what up, what up?
Hey, hungry is a country.
Taco Bell's double steak grilled cheese burrito is back. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. Contact local store for hours of participation, which vary. Double steak claims compared to the steak
Hey,
is
Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box?
So, William.
Is this tree
What's
good
that?
for climbing? How are
Oh,
babies
into
made?
the
What
camera.
does this thing
Dope.
do?
Talk to me nice. Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more.
Fucking
Always keep your
hilarious.
guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies, we gonna celebrate Minnie Riperton tonight. Listen, man. Let me just say it again. The spiritual walk of undoing your normal. Undoing your normal. Whatever you consider to be normal, right? That's sometimes a lonely walk. And like I said, sometimes when you're with your significant other and you're processing your walk, right? Sometimes you can become distant, and that could put a strain on the relationship. I put the quote in here, hashtag spiritually unyoked, because a lot of people talk about spiritually yoked, and they misconstrue what that actually means. Spiritually yoked, or some people be like, equally yoked is what they say. And they misconstrue equally yoked to mean spiritually yoked. Equally yoked just means we believe everything. We believe the same things. That's how most people express equally yoked. Is you're a Christian, I'm a Christian. That's how most people express it. I call it spiritually yoked. And what's interesting about being spiritually yoked is this. The wounds we haven't healed are part of the spiritual yoking. So if you haven't addressed something, just like with your crew of friends, right? You got a crew of friends and all of you guys are at a certain level. But when you notice your friends are starting to fall off because you've gone in a different direction of what that energetic pattern is used to, right? Y'all might be used to hanging out in front of the store or being at the park or hollering at girls, or y'all might be used to doing stuff even worse than that. But the moment you start to step up and raise your consciousness, you'll start to notice your friends, some of them may try to check you aggressively. Yo, son, you ain't been hanging, you know what I mean? Where you been, kid? You know what I'm saying? Or, all right, I'll do it the West Coast way. Listen here, cuh. Let me tell you something, cuh. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end mine. You tripping, dog. You different now. You know what I'm saying, cuh? You understand? When you start raising your consciousness level and moving in a different direction, people start to fall off. And what I'm saying is, people say they want, spiritual awakening. They say they want to evolve, right? But really, do you want what comes with that evolution? There is the potentiality that you and your significant other may grow apart while growing up. Man, we've been educated to cling, hold on to, clutch, grab, strangle. Disney taught us to be little Elmiras. I'm gonna hug you and squeeze you and hold you and touch you and hey, you don't get over to the other side of the room. Let me think this through. That's part of the spiritual process. But just like on a lower level, you could be spiritually yoked. On a higher level, you can become spiritually unyoked. Meaning, some of the things on the lower level brought y'all together. But as you evolve, those things may deteriorate. Those ties, those bonds may deteriorate. And then you'll find yourself a different person than the one that committed to the person when you made the first commitment, when you made the initial, hey, let's do this. And this is a natural process, and people get butthurt and salty about it, but the reality of it is, it's part of nature to grow up and away from somebody that was more compatible with your lower self. Ow, I know y'all don't want to hear that. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get to your phone lines right now. Is spiritual awakening the new method of breaking up? All you got to do is grow up and they will stop showing up. Oh, I know you ain't heard it that way, but I got to bring new ways to bring things to you. What is spiritual awakening, as Don Amici said? And to answer the question right off rip, Don, it ain't religious, meaning dogmatic, right? It's a spiritual level of consciousness. What is a spiritual level of consciousness? A lot of people are confused about spirit, and they don't understand. Spirit represents self, spirit, nefesh, nefsaka, right? Self, it's your personality. Soul, on the other hand, because I've heard people interpret it in reverse. Soul, on the other hand, from the Hebrew, ruach, the Arabic, rohu, the breath of life. I've seen some translations where they say spirit means breath. No, spirit is self, nefsaka, nefesh, self, spirit. Okay? Ruhu, the breath of life. You hear this when they in the Quran or in the maybe it's the Hadith when they talk about the creation of Adam. It said Adam was created of clay, and then Allah blew the breath of life into Adam's nostrils and then said kun fayakun, be and exist. Okay? The Ruhu Allah, the soul of Allah was put into Adam. That's how the Muslims break it down. The soul of Allah was blown into the nostrils, and then a new being was created. And Allah told all of the angels, Malaika, all y'all get over here and kneel to Adam, because he's an entirely different being than what y'all are. And everybody kneeled except Lucifer, who at the time wasn't called Lucifer, until he said, listen, this dude is made of clay. I am made of smokeless fire. I'm not kneeling to clay, man. And that's how he fell. His name was changed from Lucifer or Shaitan. In the Quran, Shaitan is what they call him. It was changed from that to Iblis, the rebellious one. Okay? That's the religious piece. But spirit, you got to understand, religion and the words used for religion, you got to remember, these are metaphors for something much deeper that really can't be brought into words. Okay? So people will take the Bible's interpretation of equally yoked, and then they'll throw the cultural layer. This is what equally yoked means to us and our culture and our practices. But the reality of it is, when you see clinicians coming up with terms like trauma bonding, that's being yoked on a spiritual, energetic level. The frequency of your trauma is resonating to the frequency of mine. And just like Dr. Mark Goulston said, people who have been traumatized tend to open up with each other. They don't open up with people that have not been traumatized. So people who have gone through something, they usually, and this is my psychiatrist homie, he's got 50 years of this under his belt. He said those people who have been traumatized usually feel safer opening up and sharing with people who have gone through something. Is game recognized game, trauma recognized trauma. So to me, that's equally yoked. or as I like to call it, spiritually yoked. Some people call spiritual awakening nirvana. Some people call it enlightenment. Some people call it bliss. But when you start digging down into the nuts and bolts of it, right? The Buddhists call it moksha. The nuts and bolts of it means you get outside of the thought patterns that you've accumulated through your experiences. That's really the nutshell of self-realization, self-actualization. You are now free from all the half-truths that you were taught to believe were the whole truth. Spiritual enlightenment is getting outside of the known. The great Krishnamurti wrote the book, Freedom from the Known. So now I'm going to press you. What is your known? And if your known, listen, if your known is just surviving or barely surviving, have you really lived yet? A spiritual awakening would be able to really live outside of the norm, outside of, imagine if you okay with abject poverty, you've normalized poverty, freedom from the known. All you know is abject poverty, and you've normalized it, and you know how to navigate, you know how to survive. But have you lived yet? So spiritual awakening is to be able to get outside of your norm. And what about the opposite end? Like the little white kid up at Stanford who raped a woman and then blamed being so filthy rich that he didn't know right from wrong. Said he was suffering from affluenza. I am so affluent that I don't know, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to take it. What? 1-800-920-1580. We need a spiritual, see, that little rich kid needs a spiritual awakening so that he can respect humanity. Just like people who are in abject poverty who say, I got to get it. Or if I don't get it from you, I'm not going to eat. Do you see the extreme realities there? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Come. Get. Who's been on the phone the longest? James from Los Angeles. Get in here. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Again, you would hit us with some serious thought messages. But as I see spirituality and the way I've been taught, it's always been about religion and substance. What are you going to bring to your spirit that's going to have some substance? Is it going to be reading the Bible? Or now, there are a lot of people about this metaphysical train that you've into. What is going to bring more substance to your life? For me, it has to be religion. God, of my understanding and choice, is who I'm going to go to when I need to be awakened. Because my own device is supposed to get me in trouble. Please believe that. My own device.
Yeah?
But like you said, everyone's going to have their own gifts. And we're all going to learn as we go by every day. It's going to be a day-to-day growth. Some of us are going to fall. Some of us are going to reach that. But we're all going to still grow at the same time. Blessings and peace to you, my brother.
Hey, much love. We appreciate the call. Thank you. My man James from Los Angeles. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Serious conversations. You can grow up and grow away from your significant other. The person you were when you started the movement may not be the person you become, and then you have to ask the question. Do I stay with the person I was with? Do we grow together, Or do we grow at different times? I've always said, just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you grow at the same pace or rate, and doesn't mean you comprehend the same. Oh, Lord, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we going to Oakland. Somebody said they couldn't hear, so I was just trying to see if the mic was good. If the phone was good. Sorry, I mean headphones. Can y'all hear now? Somebody said, sounds like the AC is on full blast. No, it's this little fan right here. So if you can hear that, cool.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Kevin Brown, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
All right, thank you for letting me know.
Ian is moving closer and closer to Florida and gaining strength. The National Hurricane Center says Ian is now a Category 2 hurricane and is currently predicted to strike the west coast of Florida with the Florida Panhandle by Thursday.
What up, y'all? We're at $7.24. 30 minutes in on the super chat. Can we get everybody to hit the super chat? Drop the twos and fews. Show your support for the channel. We appreciate it when you do that. And we'll make sure that we shout everybody out. Twos and fews, please.
At a $250,000 fine. A Roberto Clemente rookie card is selling for over $1 million. The 1955
let me shout out Cylon Farrell.
Record previously set by another.
As always, the topic is spot on, and the co-host is crazy.
Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a
it's Minnie Riperton
chicken BLT plus 4-piece nuts,
and
a small drink.
the cartoons. Truemonger. Thank you, good sir.
4-piece nuts, small drink and fries. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher. Alaska and Hawaii.
We're at 10:24. Let's get there.
Live from Lamert Park, USA. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, we rolling. We rolling. That Jazzmatics is fire, brothers. Q Washington, $4. We're at 14:24. Let's keep it rolling, family.
Go to our website at KBLA1580.com. Download our app, and you'll be ready to watch us live come Monday, October 31st. Come on! The only thing better than being able to hear us is being able to hear us and see us live.
No, thank you.
Camera, action. KBLA Talk 1580 starts live streaming daily, Monday, October 31st. See you soon.
Okay, that's a wrap.
What's up?
Imagine a world without heart disease and stroke,
the audio,
where every person has the opportunity to live a full and healthy life. Join the American Heart Association's
What up? Hey, Marquis Bolden, Vanetta Colbert. Hey, we cooking now. Now we rolling. We're at 24:24. Let's go.
Empower people to live healthy and well. Form a team with friends and family at heartwalkla.org. Locally sponsored by UCLA.
We rolling. We're at 24:24. Let's make a dent.
Health Northridge.
Haru, what did you say? Haru said,
MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm could be the
I appreciate this hot fire. You've inspired me to write novels that seek power from within. Absolutely.
Our team hits it out of the park.
Thank you, brother.
Pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Rob B, let's thank everybody. We cooking.
Seniors on Medicare.
Rob B, man, you took us to 29:24.
We have great news. You can change.
Can everybody thank everybody, man? I appreciate everybody for doing their part.
The comfort and safety of your
This is how we lift it. Let's go.
Even needs to come to your home. And in minutes, we'll tell you all about some additional.
Well, we don't have to worry about it now. Let's just get the footage.
Like dental, vision,
Yeah.
hearing, transportation, and more. Call us. We'll explain all your new Medicare benefits. Premiums are as low as $0 per month. Even if you are not paying
Honors,
anything for
Rob
your
B,
coverage
Vanetta
now,
Colbert.
you need to call our licensed agents to review your plan. There are zero-cost plans available in some areas.
I
Don't
love
wait
that
till next
term,
year.
Haru.
Get all the
Honors.
Medicare benefits you deserve.
I love that
Call our
term.
licensed agent
Honors.
today.
800
Wyland. Did I say it right? Wyland Kirkland. Did I say it right?
That's 800.
Is it Wyland or Wayland? Please. Did I say it right?
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks?
We're at 3424.
Water per day. Even tiny leaks can be
We
huge
showing
water
up now.
Conserving water starts with the
We're
few simple
showing up.
water-saving actions at home and in the yard, like adjusting your sprinklers.
We are
and adding
showing
drip
up. If
irrigation
everybody
so your
just
water
dropped a
only
$5
runs deep.
piece.
We can all do our part to
The
conserve
cost
water.
of this
Visit
cup of tea, man,
SaveOutWater.com for more water
it would change the
Save
game.
water, save California.
New Millennium Secondary School provides for every 9th through 12th grade student. Located in Gardena, New Millennium Secondary School, home of the Warriors,
And let me ask you guys
is dedicated
this.
to creating a vibrant, dynamic high school experience at a small.
Have any of you guys
transferable credit college courses and offers all
did some research and checked out the cartoons? I play some of their music sometimes. Have you guys checked out the cartoons?
Now and join the Warriors. That's newmillenniumschool.org or call Nicole Sims directly at 310-999-6162 extension 112. Be a warrior at New Millennium Secondary School.
Hi, this is Samantha Navarro.
We're going to play some of the cartoons tonight.
Hi, this is Alexandra, and we personally invite you to be a warrior. We are accepting
Got some songs saved. Not yet, honestly. Don't worry about it.
Go to
www.newmillennium.org. Yes, cartoons. CARRTOONS. We're going to play some of their music in between Minnie's music tonight.
And text.
They are a hell of a vibe.
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Affluenza.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spiritual Crucible, the voice of reason. I'm going to play the songs. My co-host is going to try to communicate what I'm trying to tell you. By the way, the playlist is my co-host. And we turned up tonight. We have an amazing topic, man. And it's a heavy topic. And I know people don't think this, way. Oftentimes, people don't even see that going through this spiritual dark night of the soul sometimes could feel like depression. Sometimes you could feel like, hey, man, I'm in this relationship. I'm with this person, but I'm not connected. I'm not fully grounded in presence, right? And sometimes you could just suffer from ADHD. But I'm saying, like, if you're doing spirit work and you're constantly working in the spirit, sometimes there will be a disconnect. And sometimes that disconnect will be lingering. So let me just say real quick. I think the name of that track that we played is, what is it? White Widow. White Widow. I wanted to let it rock just a little bit longer so you could hear the beat drop. But it was just a beautiful vibe, man. It's a beautiful vibe to go along with tonight's topic. Just let me talk on it for a second before I get to Sean. Do you often feel as though, no matter how clearly you think you're communicating, your needs and motives always get misinterpreted? Most people don't understand you because there is this powerful filter that is created by their experiences and beliefs and how they were raised that really filter out what you might be trying to say. And if you couple that with, if you have any communication problems, then the message will be lost. And oftentimes it's very difficult to bring a spiritual happening into words. So you can't bring it into words. They're listening with their filters, and thus misunderstanding arises. Listen, the purpose of us being in relationship is to be introduced to what we are afraid of that's within us, what we're afraid of about ourselves. That's the purpose of relating. And I know a lot of people refuse to look at themselves in that light. But you're going to have to if you want to grow up. You're going to have to. How can a spiritual awakening end a relationship? Well, it doesn't really end the relationship. You know what it ends? It ends the person you used to be. And that's who the person you're currently dating is with. They're going to want that person. 1-800-920-1580. We got Sean from Oakland, California on the line. Sean, get in here.
Hey, brother. Wow. So, you're just always making me think. And so I'm going to have to go. I'm 55 years old. I got to give context. And I just met up with a bunch of my old homies in a golf thing, and one of the ladies set it up, and then we had dinner together with all these people from back in the day. And the thing that I realized of all the people that showed up and we all were connected with is it's relationships start way back, right? I mean, and I can tell you this, and I don't mind telling you anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a young kid, my dad had 3 boys before the age of 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then he met my mother. I'm like that person. I'm like the only son from my mom. But then, I had to deal with that dynamic. And it was a really good dynamic to deal with from the standpoint of all kinds of things. Although, they always said they were teaching me how to fight, and I think they were just teaching me how to take a beating. But that's a different story. Well, I mean, that's true. I'm telling you the truth. But what I'm saying is then get into junior high or elementary, junior high, and all that, which some of the people I saw the other day were from elementary. And we're still hanging. And my best friend lives 2 miles away. We were like 8 years old. My point is, all these relationships that you start to move forward from can start way earlier than when you want to be romantic with someone in a relationship. So I'll say that I was amazed at the people, and I always have an open door. You want to come back in, fine, but there's lots of people from my past. You can't get in that door unless you make some very big adjustments in your life. I'm a baseball player. You make adjustments, and you come to me and say, I made these adjustments, cool. Or in my family, as I got older, if you're someone that has that racist stuff in you and all that, no, you can get out, but if you make those adjustments and you can actually prove it to me, then yeah, I'm open door. But and I get older in my relationship with my wife, and we were talking about this the other day, we were just saying, my goodness, the reason why we can hang together and do all these things is because, why? It's because we eliminated people that weren't on our same trajectory and not smarter. I'm not trying to say we're smarter
or better, right? Right.
Exactly. We're just trying to say, look, we're not going to go down that where it gets us all into this negative kind of situation. That energy, I don't know if that's what you feel, but when I feel negative energy, like I'm Bye.
You're right.
You know?
Exactly.
So I made all those mistakes. I made more than anyone could do. My wife has too. We made them together, all that stuff. But we know we stick together with other people that kind of have grinded their way through and are making it good. And whenever we meet up, like my old friends from back in the day, all the way to elementary school, we meet up, and I'm 55 years old after all these years, and it's like we haven't missed a day. You're family like it was yesterday.
Right.
And it's beautiful. So that's what we should work towards, people, and don't get caught up into this, just this fight mode where everyone's just fighting against each other and stuff. If that's the case, yeah, you need to remove yourself and move on and stick with the people that help you move forward and help you make a productive situation out of your life going forward.
Man, we appreciate the call, Sean from Oakland. Straight to McCovey Cove. Anytime you want to call in, you already know you got a seat at the table. If you want to get a seat at the table, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines right now. We want to discuss. Have you ever just grew up and changed while you were relating with someone and you recognized, hey, this ain't the same. This ain't what I thought it was. This isn't, I'm saying ain't because that's, this ain't it, right? Sometimes that spiritual awakening will actually have you questioning what you thought you wanted. That's the value of the spiritual awakening. It will put you in the position to say, why did you ask for this? And the universe is cold. Because let me just say, the universe is open sesame. You ask for something, the universe will give it to you. You have to be careful what you speak into your life. A lot of people speak negativity. They speak competition. They speak comparison. They speak envy. They speak jealousy. They can even speak death. So you have to be careful of what you're carrying into your relationship. Anything unresolved will float to the top through the vehicle of conflict. And this is why I tell people, man, you got to be ready to discover you when you get with somebody else. Now, when you discover you don't do yourself the way you do other people. You don't push yourself away. Well, that's in reverse. You do other people the way you do yourself. Because it's a lot of people in prison to themselves, beating themselves up, judging themselves, criticizing themselves. So it's in reverse. You do folk how you do yourself. My man, what's our time? You keep flashing me. We got 30 seconds. Listen, Anthony from Los Angeles is on the phone line, but we're going to have to carry him forward. When we come forward, we're going back to Los Angeles to talk to Anthony.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yeah.
Ever wonder how much money social media models and content creators make? Well, I'm here to tell you. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News.
Where did this come
While
from?
the following varies for all content creators, it is reported that TikToker KB Lame, a 22-year-old of Dakar, Senegal, reportedly earns around $750,000 per post. Additionally, he also brings in nearly $500,000 for brand collaborations. His partnership with luxury fashion house Hugo Boss, who he teamed up with to produce a limited edition capsule collection,
per
earned
post.
him $50,000. Whew, maybe I'll quit my day job. Just kidding. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that was your K-Black Minute News.
What up, y'all?
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their
Wow,
support throughout the
Truemonger.
years. Proudly
Great way to
serving
word
Los
that.
Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural,
Wow.
dedicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business.
I'm off to class. Y'all have a good one. All right, AKA.
You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your story
stories on the
Thanks to
Cowboys
everybody that's been in here
and
supporting. We're at 3573.
Visit our website at cow-cruise-news.com.
I appreciate everybody who's hitting that super chat button, or anybody who has, I'm using my phone to broadcast, so I can't really check, but anybody who has hit the Cash App, I appreciate that as well.
Build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Hi, I'm Nicole Franklin.
And I'm Bryant Monte.
We're the host of the radio
Y'all gonna
series
call in or
Before You
no?
Go.
Yes, before you go, because there's no time like the
Who's
present
calling in?
to talk to our guests.
Our
I need to hear from my
100-year-old
people.
guests.
What a gift.
We have 80 and 90-year-olds too, but the older the better, right, Bryant?
Oh, yes, and such amazing history.
We've got history on record.
History corrected.
Lots of smiles, and I'd say some redemption as we unearth some deep, dark secrets.
Ring it now. Nzinga, what up?
Baseball.
Baseball.
No foul
To
language.
the silver screen.
From our
No
100-year-old
speakerphone.
guests.
So
No
join us
Bluetooth.
for a rewind
Turn
in
down the
time.
volume on your TV or on your computer in the background.
And listen live Fridays at 5 a.m.
And weekend
Identity
mornings
withheld.
at 6 a.m.
Back in the building.
KBLA Talk 15.
Nzinga, what up? Let's keep it rolling on the twos and fews. 60 seconds. Can you tell
Stop the violence. Increase the Peace
Chanel
Foundation. It's a
one more
nonprofit community-based
minute?
organization dedicated to fostering peace
Pretty
while
much.
mitigating violence in our society. Established in 1993. Stop
Hey,
the
they
violence,
have been
increase
killing
the
on the
peace,
likes. I
provide a
appreciate
wide
everybody
variety
for
of
killing on the
assistance to
likes.
thousands of youth, families, and victims of violence over the past 3 decades, including intervention services, conflict and dispute resolution training.
Listen to Zoe Williams, the voice of reason on KBLA podcast.
In addition, the foundation offers
Also,
classes focused
Apple
on
Podcasts.
domestic violence,
Go leave a 5-star review.
abuse, and more. To make a
Google
donation
Play.
or to access services, call 323-445-8620.
Go on.
323-445-8620.
What's the other one? Spotify.
www.increasethepeacefoundation.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, give me the other one.
More. It's the voice of reason with
They
Zoe
need to hear.
Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
So take it all the way to the top.
Just meeting, barely touching each other. Two spirits greeting, trying to carry it further. You are one, another. We should be inside each other.
Come on. Zoe Williams. My playlist is my co-host, Minnie Ripperton. Inside My Love, an amazing record. But the lyrics, so deep, so poignant, so meaningful. Listen, sometimes we grow together. Yes, sometimes. You be lucky. Count your blessings if you got a partner that will grow with you. All right? Count your blessings. Maybe you did something right in the past life that earned you a partner like that. Count your blessings. Maybe you did right in your past life. Maybe she did right and y'all earned each other's love in this life. But Lord have mercy. When I tell you, there are many people out there struggling because they don't understand the spiritual nature of relationship. A relationship is supposed to grow you up. And yes, you guys typically don't grow together. You don't learn together. You don't comprehend at the same You guys have different filters. Here we go. Let's get Anthony from Los Angeles in here.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Anthony, we in here turned up, man. We turned up. Tonight's topic is different.
Man, I don't even know where to start with this, man. But I just need the basics, man. I've been in this marriage for about 12, next month will be 13 years, and the majority of it has been I mean, to tell you, been turmoil. First couple of years, everything was good, and then it just seemed like, I mean, of course, everything is not always going to be 50-50, but when we first started out, everything was 50-50. We're going to work out the bills, we're going to work on, getting things straight for the house and stuff like this. And I actually moved in. When we got married, I moved in, this particular place. So I've been there ever since maybe 2009 or whatever the case. And I just noticed that things have been changed in our marriage, and even things as small, like even when we were going to church. We were going to this particular church, and we ended up leaving because one of her friends got kicked out of the church. So we ended up moving. Now, it wasn't necessarily my idea to move, but I moved because at first there were some things going on that I didn't agree with. So I called myself, okay, fine, I'm going to support you. But then it came to the point to where I started noticing that every time something happened with this friend, that it was the same way. Like, you want to move with this friend. And I particularly, I don't really agree with this person, because when a person tells you to get rid of your cat and take him to the shelter, because the cat won't move or whatever, I didn't agree with that. And for one, you didn't consult me. You just went ahead because of what she said. And so we had a big fallout. I mean, that's just a small part of it, but we had a fallout over that. And then there were things where, I allowed her to follow her dreams and, become, she wanted to do insurance and things like that. So I myself, I wanted to act. But for somebody to, your spouse to support you or whatever, and I know that I can act because I've done like over 20-something plays. And, I've been the lead in a lot of these. And then this person tells me that, oh, you're a good actor, but Denzel, I mean, what kind of spouse does that to you?
Bruh.
And
keep going. No, keep going. Finish.
Okay. And so, lately, like right now, we've been having, odds over the bills and things like that. Now, I go to work into the point to where I was working almost 6-7 days a week in order to catch up with the bills in order to take care of us. But now, it came to the point to where I started getting sick. Now, I was, at one point I was at about, 180, almost 220. I done got to the point to where my health is in jeopardy because I've been trying to do so much for the relationship. And I have to thank my sister because I know she's listening, because she's the one that told me about your show. And I've come to the point to where my life is in jeopardy, so I have to lose weight because I got up to almost 400 pounds. And so it took my sister to sit down with me last week to tell me, says, Anthony, you're not stressed out because of your overeating. You're stressed out because you're depressed, because you got a lot of stuff going on, because you're trying to do this and to do that to make this thing work, and it's not you. And a lot of times, like you said, I've done things that we went to counseling, and here it is. I was just finished doing a graveyard shift, and then have to get right back up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to a counseling session and be halfway asleep in the session, and then sit there and listen to you berate me in front of this man. Me, I decided I wasn't going to say anything about you. I was going to sit there and let you talk about me. And then when the man asked me, I basically said my piece, and even right then he knew who was the problem. So he decided to ask her a couple questions, and she got right up and walked out of the room because he had hit a nerve, because he knew what the problem was. So I've stayed in this marriage. I've done my best to try to stay in it, and this is my first marriage. This is her second. And part of me is like, I want to walk away. Another part of me is like, I'm really frustrated because I really feel like I was a failure, because I didn't want my marriage to fail, but I just know that sometimes the writing is on the wall, and I just need someone I can sit down and I can talk to that will help me through this.
So you already know I got somebody you could talk to. Dr. Jashana Johnson. That's who you should call. Dr. Jashana Johnson. All you got to do is Google her name. It'll pop up. She got a show here on Saturdays. Dr. Jashana Johnson. But let's go deeper. I'm going to hold you. Stay on the line. When we come forward, I'm going to give you the soul food version of what Jashana might give you. When we come forward, more from Anthony from Los Angeles.
Strangers, like strangers, only lacking the knowing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Kevin Brown, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Hurricane Ian is moving closer and closer to Florida and gaining strength. The National Hurricane Center says Ian is now a Category 2 hurricane and is currently predicted to strike the west coast of Florida or the Florida Panhandle by Thursday. Tampa could get a direct hit from Hurricane Ian.
What up, y'all?
We
got a lot of people in here. Listen, we got a lot of people in here. $38.73. Somebody said end of the rope type situation. I agree. Oh, hey, somebody just purchased He Is Risen. Thank you, whoever did that. Somebody said end of the road type situation. Yeah.
That's the latest. I'm Kevin Brown from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Hey, California, we're all going places. Some choose to walk, some choose to drive. Just
salute Big Zo. Shout out from Buffalo, New York. Great show earlier. Like always. Where was Bobby? Man, Bobby be working, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Hey, Haru, we can only do what we can do, brother. I appreciate you for setting the benchmark. Now, whether the folk respond to it or not, man, hey, it is what it is. But what I'm going to do is keep doing what I do.
Thursday, October 13th, it's the State of Black Youth in America with Dominic DePrima. Thursday, October 20th, it's the State of Black Men in America with Zoe Williams. And Thursday, October 27th, it's Why We Can't Wait. The Urgency
Shrouded Lighthouse
with Tavis Smiley. Don't miss a single episode of this empowering audio and live stream series brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Some reason, if your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs?
Where are the phone callers? Get in here.
Infidelity. I'm dating a fat person.
Are they worth the wait?
Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
The child wasn't needed, and you still have to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
Oh, that right.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, there's something wrong with that.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. I hit you with a bad vibes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
Respect and honors. Number love.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Couldn't find no clean version.
Yeah! The voice of reason. You know that playlist crazy, because the playlist is my co-host. That is a group that we're co-featuring with Minnie Riperton's records. This is a group that I've really started to dig into their catalog, their discography, and they're just amazing, man. They keep this funk, this vibe alive. They're called the Cartoons, and that's cartoons with 2 R's, CARRTOONS, Cartoons. That particular track was called Bottle Rocket, and it's only 60 seconds, 50 seconds? Like 50, play it one more time. Let's do that one more time. Come on, let's get this vibe going. Phone lines are open. The voice of reason. We on fire tonight. I got an amazing topic and a brother on the phone line. If you're just tuning in to the voice of reason, we're talking about spiritual awakening as the ultimate way to break up. A deeper look at growing apart while growing up. Listen, I'm not going to date your wounds. See, sometimes I would date your wounds unconsciously. But now that I'm aware of the functionality of relationships, I am no longer willing to appease my wounds by dating your wounds. I don't want to date your unhealed wounds. I don't want to do it. No more. We not shadow bonding. No more. If you got issues, whatever those issues are, those are yours. And when I walk into this relationship, I'm looking for mine. And when I find mine, I'm going to take all my darkness and I'm going to go somewhere and work on it. I'm not going to work. Hey, listen, I'm not going to fight with you. Look at the wounds fighting for attention. Wounds is saying, pay attention to me. Wounds is saying, cater to me. This is why so many people talk about their needs being fulfilled, not knowing that they are the very wellspring that could feed, house, nurture, and love on every wound they got. And the moment you start nourishing your wounds through non-judgmental observation of them, they begin to soften. I know nobody want to hear that. I know nobody wants to hear that. Anthony, get in here.
Yeah, what's going on?
Now, Anthony, you laid out a lot of stuff about the difficulty of your marriage. I just have one question. When you guys sat down with a therapist, did they ask anything about you? Like, why did you stay here? How were you raised? What type of household did you come from? Because it seems like you took a lot of mess. And my question is, why take the mess if you consciously understand it to be hurtful, disrespectful? Talk to me about your process of convincing yourself to stay when I think spiritually or innately you might have already known that you needed to leave. Talk to me.
Man, like I told you, man, I call myself trying to be, a man of God and trying to work this thing out, and just not letting my first marriage fail, and it just part of me knew that it's like basically I'm kind of lying to myself. I really talk to myself, like, oh man, you know what? This is something that can be fixed. That you have some people that come up to you, man, you need to fight for your marriage, man. Don't let the enemy get to you and all this other stuff. But then part of me is like, you know what? You don't deal with what I deal with every day. And yeah, you may be, been with yours all the time or whatever, but you don't deal with what I deal with every day. The psychological harm. And, when they say that some people have been, some women have been traumatized, yeah, there are men out here that have been traumatized too. Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact that some of the things that I've gone through and experienced these past couple of years, yeah. And it made me frustrated, bitter at one point because I'm like, this thing, when I see my friends on Facebook celebrating their anniversaries and stuff, and they look all happy, I think I should be the same way. I shouldn't have to wake up every day to you accusing me or making me feel bad about who I am or, how I let myself go and all this other stuff. It's supposed to be for better or for worse. That's what the vows say, for better or for worse. And to the most part, like I said, I have tried to honor those. I can't honestly say that I've been innocent and, I've done everything correctly by the book. I've had some faults too. But at the same time, for the most part, I have tried to. I can tell you this much, though. I'm a morning person. I have never met a woman that wakes up in the morning angry. Wakes up in the morning angry. I say good morning, and you got an attitude. You want to complain about something not right or something not put up or something. Whatever happened to a hug in the morning, even a kiss in the morning. You just come out, you just mad all day. And I don't want to be around that. So I'll leave. I'll go do whatever I have to go do. If I got to go somewhere, go work, get away from that, I don't want to be around that vibe. So part of me is just sitting here trying to process this whole thing and just realize the writing is on the wall. And I'm not going to be able to be happy unless I do leave. So I've been taking some steps in order to make that happen.
It's interesting. What does she provide for you that makes you want to stay? Yeah, come on, let it out.
What gets me is, and this is one of these things, and this is for all these women out here that call themselves biblical and spiritual and all that. A lot of times you have people like TD Jakes. I know TD Jakes mean well and stuff, but you can't. First of all, TD Jakes don't run my finances or anything in my house. But when somebody comes to you and tells you, TD Jakes said that the woman ain't supposed to work, the man's supposed to take care of everything. He ain't lived in California before. He ain't had to struggle like we have because, for one, in order to live in California, it's a two-person, household, and both people, in order to live comfortably, both of them have to be financially, not rich, but at least working towards it, or at least, have a job or something like that in order to support. Like, even though if I have to pay all the bills, there's no reason why I should be broke after paying all my bills. I should have something in my pocket because you got me. But it's come to the point to where now it's like I've been noticing like there's things that I need done in my car that I can't get done because I feel like I'm doing everything. I'm paying this, I'm paying that, and the rent might be a week late because we're not working together, or it's my fault that these things aren't done. But I'm working 7 days a week, almost killing myself to make these things happen.
And let me just say this, brother. I appreciate your transparency. I appreciate you sharing, because this is heavy to be going through this, right? This is not light. This is heavy. But I'm going to say this. And I don't know how you're going to take it, but I'm going to say this.
It is what it is.
This is why I let you talk for so long. You have embodied the concept that I outlined at the beginning of the show. I said most people think that they are equally yoked because they believe the same thing. I said, but in actuality, people are spiritually yoked. Spirituality represents a certain level of consciousness. Consciousness is awareness. And all I'm saying is when I listen to you, brother, I'm going to ask you a question. What is your self-esteem on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being outstanding, 1 being, hey, man, I need some real major help? What is your self-esteem rating? How would you rate yourself?
Right now, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put it to you right now. I'm gonna keep it real. Right now, it's a 4.5, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm a 4.5. It's because there's some things right now that I'm doing to try to change my situation. And
wait a minute, is your car door open? Because we can hear all that.
Sorry about that. Okay. I'm studying right now for my CDLs, and I've been holding off on this for the longest. So right now, as I'm sitting here, even before I got on here, I'm actually going over these tests so I can go and take the written test and I can go do this. I've been putting this off for years, doing this. And so now it's come to the point to where I've had conversations with my mother and even my sister, like, you know what, it's time for you to do you. You know what? And after you do this, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. And I just got back last month from Connecticut from meeting my father for the first time. I hadn't been to Connecticut almost 30 years. And just being up there just really energized me and made me want to do something different with my life, because I want to be able to go back and forth up there, and driving is going to help me do that. Not only is it going to help me do that by my job, but I'll be able to actually pay to go back up there and have a more of a relationship with that. And that's something I've been missing. It completely changed my life. And now, as I come back here and I had to deal with some things, I started realizing, you know what? There's a lot more that I could be doing out here. So you know what? I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and I'm gonna study the tip, and I'm gonna pass. And then I'm gonna do things to start changing my life and living the life that Anthony wants to do. I'm gonna make Anthony happy, because I'm tired of making everybody else happy. It's not happening no more.
Hey man, I love the fact that you've discovered the answers. Hey man, I appreciate this call. I don't think y'all understand just how much I appreciate this brother for calling in and sharing what he's sharing. I just don't want to go off on Anthony like I would be going off on one of my homeboys. So what I'm going to do is say thank you, Anthony, for calling, because this is this kind of stuff that I tell people. You are your own answer. We've made our relationships external pursuits that are rooted in the idea that somebody else can facilitate our needs. But when we start getting to the deeper needs, and I don't care, what those needs are. I'm not talking about food, shelter, clothing. I'm not talking about the survival needs. I'm talking about the need for contact. Right? Listen to what I'm about to say. See, the external need for contact, to be connected to somebody, to me, becomes an opiate, becomes a spiritual drug when you yourself don't have that same contact with yourself internally. Like, you have to come to terms, like, who am I? What am I? What am I about? What do I want? How do I want to express me, the truth of me, the authenticity of me, the real me? How do I want? No more best foot forward stuff. Put your real foot forward. Don't put the stump forward. Don't put the prosthetic foot forward. What I'm saying, there is a spiritual prosthetic foot. Don't put a real foot forward. Put the true you forward in everything. And sometimes you got to let go of people that you love. Sometimes you got to distance yourself from people who refuse to do the work. It's not your job to say, you know what, you need to go do your work. No, that's none of your business. But if you recognize that they're not doing the work while you are doing the work, what's going to happen is there's going to be a distancing. You're going to start moving away, gradually going in a different direction. This is why I say spiritual awakening can be the ultimate breakup. This brother sat here and listed 35 things that was wrong with his woman, but not one that was wrong with him. But later it started to come out. The disconnect from dad. Oh yeah, you carry that into a relationship too. The low self-esteem. This is why you tolerate situations that you would normally just say, well, what in the Sam Hill is going on? I'm out of here. When you have high self-worth, you're not going to be around nobody that look at you sideways or that competes with you or that compares what they do for you to what you do. You're not going to be around nobody that does that. That's a certain level of consciousness. And I may love you, I may appreciate you, but guess what? No. You don't get to be around me like that. I might encourage you. Hey, Do what you got to do. Figure out what you need to figure out on your process. So many people out there need a hug. So many people out there need to be loved because they've made the external hug more important than the internal embrace. The moment you say, I love you, and you talking to yourself, the moment you say that in truth, a lot of the hurt that you experience from other people is going to go away. The moment you are fully embraced by you, when you do it, like, nah, man, it's me against the world. When you love on you in that way, I promise you, you're going to stop demanding. You're going to stop comparing. You're going to stop asking people to show up for you in ways they ain't going to need to show up because you showed up for self. I'm not talking about some narcissistic weirdo stuff. I'm talking about from a spirit place. When I come forward, we're going to talk more about this most heated discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. Ladies, you're about to go through it.
All right, now I'm gonna calm down. So I just don't get that all that mace and that lock, you know, that. I just don't get it, son, for real. And how the you be putting out you know what I'm saying? They gonna be putting out a greatest hits album already. Kind of get us down like they wasn't really hits. Flavor in your ear. What kind of is that flavor? Who the wants flavor in their ear? I want music in my ear. No flavor. What kind of thing y'all talking about, man?
Yo, but sir, excuse me, you know, flavor in your ear was.
So yeah, okay. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's some lucky. I mean, got lucky. You know what I'm saying? That don't really mean it. You know what I'm saying? That they don't. You know what I'm saying? You have your bucket right now.
My brother can put out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, son.
I don't
My brother can do that. Word up, son. I'm about to stop breaking. Yeah, son. What's up, son? Let's get hyped, son. Word.
But that's what he sounded like. He sounded like the mad rapper to me. Yo, son, she just be cheating and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to love on me. I come home, I got to fucking fix the goddamn carburetor. Son, she just be sitting in the house and shit. And then who gonna help me? Who gonna help me pay for the rest of this shit, son? You know what I'm saying? This nigga's the mad rapper. I got mad John Blake shit, son.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies.
Y'all calling in? Y'all talking to your brother?
The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started. Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-245.
No, it's good that he got it off his chest. That's why I didn't bang on him.
800-245-3098. That's 800-245-3098.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192.
Hey, the show is going really quick. We damn near at 8:30. That means it's only 30 minutes left. Where are you guys? Everybody been hella sleepy on this topic. I will say you guys have done a great job on the likes. Much appreciation to the likes. But Heru Ali set the tone for 150. We're at 3873. Zodism in full effect tonight. No doubt, man. Appreciate you, brother. And these are people that support all the time. They show up as moderators. They hit the like button. They cousins. They join the memberships. It's a lot of people in here who are just watching and taking. Let's make it spiritually, some reciprocity type shit. If you value what we're doing, you should support it.
Leave me alone. I'm hungry. No, you're Dave. Taco Bell's double steak grilled cheese burrito is back. Participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for limited time only. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary. Double steak claims compared to the steak kits.
First off, I told him what I would do if he was my homie. Oh.
It's a lazy afternoon. Just the kind of a day made for loving you. Soon the evening breezes will start to blow. Baby, grab your hat now, 'cause here we go. I love the things you do. The way that I feel when I'm close to you. I had dreamed so long, is it really so? Oh, baby, grab your hat now, 'cause here we go.
Wow. How many of you guys remember Minnie Riperton? She was an absolute angel. Woo! And I think this particular song, this one here, was a duet with Peabo Bryson. So we didn't get that version. No, but that's fine. She did a duet with Peabo on this one. And they killed it. Just a lot of love in these records, man. Oh, there he is.
Well, it's times like this that I'm living for.
Wow. My co-host is my playlist. My playlist is the co-host. And it's always on fire. So let me get to it. The brother that just called in, we played a clip of the Mad Rapper. And the Mad Rapper was famous back in the day because he was always complaining about how he didn't get on. All right? And the reality of it is, you don't want to have that energy in relationship. The energy of, I got mad records. I always pay the bills. Listen, at the end of the day, that to me, that's indicative of not really truly being as confident as you really think you are. You think you can mimic the swag of confidence. Let me tell you something. Confidence is a con man when it's not coming from self-knowledge. Hear me. Confidence is a con man when it's not coming from your core truth. Everything else is a performance. Now, as the brother was speaking, I said this earlier. Just because you got everything lined up, you pay the bills, and I don't want to let God down, and blah blah blah, and I tried to do this for listen. The reality of relationship is you're supposed to go in there looking for yourself. What do you mean looking for yourself? Relationship is a highly reflective classroom where the biofeedback you get from your partner, triggers and all of that, is being reflected back to you. Now you can say to your significant other, you talk too much. Or I don't like your tone and delivery. But I would wager 99% of the time, the person that said you talk too much and I don't like your tone and delivery typically has a bad tone and delivery themselves. Right? We tend to ding our partners for who we are. right? Go into the relationship looking for yourself. Go into the relationship looking to do self-inventory. You're known, you're ordinary, wherever you came from that brought you, or that you brought limiting beliefs from, right? You got limiting beliefs from this place. You got to be able to say, no. I'm not taking none of that with me because it's going to show up in the relationship. Why would you want it to show up in the relationship? Why? Nah, you gonna fit this idea. I'm dating an idea. You gonna do what the idea of you is supposed to do. Come on, man. A lot of dudes out there fronting like they confident, but they're really con men. When I come forward, I'm going to Battle Creek, Michigan. You already know we in for a ride. Heru Ali is on the line. I'm going to Battle Creek, Michigan. I felt dude too. Oh, that's it. That's the volume. Got it. Okay, got it. No, I got it. No, I felt dude too. But if I was in dude's camp, I would definitely press him on his self-esteem. You can hear, because I need you to address what I'm addressing. You could hear the brother is struggling with self-esteem. That's why he tolerates fuck shit. That's why the woman can do all the shit she was doing. Like, hey, this is how I really wanted to talk to him. The woman is doing all this shit to him because she can. Exactly. He was passive aggressive too. So you said, oh, I felt the dude. I felt him. I felt his plight. Sure. I felt his plight too. But he needs somebody to pull him by his coattails and say, why are you... I asked him, what did the therapist say to you, nigga? What are you doing? You done came in here and laid out all this shit that she was doing. What are you doing? And if all you're doing is tolerating her bad behavior, the real question is why? What the fuck are you doing that for? Are you thirsty? Are you desperate? You feel like if you let her go, you ain't gonna get nothing else? What the fuck are you staying there? That's how I really want. I said that. Motherfuckers be wanting me to motherfucking... Hey, I'm not pandering to women. And I'm not gonna pander to no nigga. Especially when dudes out here be gangbanging, talking shit about being accountable. Was he accountable in his breakdown? Did he say anything that represented accountability for him other than paying the bills? See, I'm trying to get to the root of it. What the fuck did you stay for? Why you still there? She wake up mad in the morning, you want to kiss. What the fuck are you there for? She side-eyeing you and you just go to work. What the fuck are you there for? Why you still there? See, that's the real meat of the shit. What the fuck are you doing there, bro? That's what I'm trying to get to. He want to talk. See, I deal with people all the time. You know what the fuck they do? I deal with people all the time. You know what they do? They outline everything that's wrong with their partner. But when you start flipping that shit back on it, so your partner is all this shit right here, 137 things. So the 137 things you listed, that's your partner? Okay, so if that's your partner, nigga, what the fuck is you doing there? Well, see, I tried to hold it together because God said, and then, you know, because equally yoked, and then I wanted to, and then... What? See, Jesus said, we supposed to stay together, and then we hold on, and then so she won't kiss you in the morning. She wake up like this nigga here. Hey, baby, I love you. But I'm gonna stay. Something wrong. What's your self-esteem? Oh, it's a 4 now.
I left it at work.
So the energy, that's why I played the clip. Where homeboy at? Antimo 41. The energy of the clip is why we played it. Yo, son, I got mad records. I got more John Blaine shit than that. It's groping. It's, please acknowledge I'm a good man. Huh? Fuck that.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What are you still? You still here? Shit. Wake up, mean.
If you can't afford to pay your IRS,
Going to work.
Man, we gotta hold the brothers accountable, just like the brothers want sisters to be held. And that come out of every nigga's mouth. You gotta hold her accountable. See now, she gotta be accountable. You just gave me a list of 137 things that's wrong with this woman. What the fuck are you still there for? Is it Is it sex? Is it chicken? What the fuck is it?
Help is standing by. Just call the community tax helpline today at 800-244-7640 for the help that you need.
Everybody equally accountable, right?
They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your social security check. Call 800-244-7640 to see if you qualify. That's 800-244-7640.
Hey, true monger, that is the realest shit ever. A nigga will focus in on a linear thought and be like, yeah, that's what it meant. No. The fuck?
I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since. So no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told in a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay.
All right, guys. We are $60 from $100. Can we get there on the super chat? Who's going to help us get to $100? Let's do it. The cartoons at Minnie Riperton are on fire tonight. Woo! Hey. This track is called Superhero-ish. But you got to use the real word when looking up the song. Superhero-ish by the cartoons. When I tell you, man, they're a vibe. And I felt like their vibe matched well with Minnie's vibe, because Minnie is on this mystical, spiritual love, otherworldliness. And that's what tonight's topic is about, man. Spiritual awakening as the ultimate way to break up. You're going to grow away. That brother grew away from his woman. But the reality of it is, he's now starting to go into the truth of himself when he said, hey, I met my dad. Now I'm starting to wanting to reconnect with him and connect the dots for pieces that are missing. He's now on a different journey. Woo, Lord. Heru Ali from Battle Creek, Michigan. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Nation's honors staff, Tavis, Zoe, honors, chat.
Honors.
Yes, listen, when I was listening to Andy, and I'm going to focus on Andy, and honors Andy for being transparent. Listen, you did not have to reveal none of that. But I'm glad you got some kind of pressure relief, because I don't want you to unalive nobody.
You're not talking about me.
No, he's talking about the caller. My engineer, Anthony. Yes. My engineer was like, "Yo, he's not talking to me." No. He's talking about Anthony.
I'm sorry. Listen, when I was listening to him speak, I was like, ooh, I don't know exactly the brother that's in my life that is just like this. And just like you, he was giving him kid gloves. And he was giving him not kid gloves, but you wasn't off air giving him the reality of what this is.
Right.
It's like, NEGUS, nigga, Sovereign God King. You too passive aggressive. Why? Because you just like your daddy. You like dominant females. So if you like dominant females, you don't get to complain for picking dominant females and wondering why everything is going wrong when you can take care of yourself and you got all your own stuff. You don't get to complain. I know exactly that conversation. So sometimes when I'm in their presence, we had an incident this weekend and police was called and all that stuff. Listen, long story short, when I watch, and I mentioned this before on the program, on this show, that listen, when couples are in sexless marriages, they don't need another technique. They don't need another toy. All they need is truth. Why do they need truth? They need to decide if each other can provide or fulfill what they feel that they need in order for us to sustain this relationship. And when they have that candid, listen, can I tell you without you being mad at me, this is what I desire, whether you can give it to me or not, can I at least tell you that this is what I feel that I need, and you validate that, and vice versa. Once that truth come out, just like when I watched that documentary in my own marriage, eventually, truth will destroy, will bring to light. You know what? Nah, I don't care. We've been together 17 years. It's time for us to go our separate ways. Now, how we choose to do that is not even controlled by me or you. You can be foul, I can be foul, but at the end of the day, it just is what it is. Let's just keep it all the way 100. Brother Anthony, he like dominant women. You don't get to choose to complain. You know why? Because probably in his life, respectfully, I don't know if I'm speculating.
Because I'm just about to ask, like, do you know Anthony?
They would knock out, drag out, and the men that stuck and stayed, they would take that black eye, that bloody nose, and go through to the end.
Right.
I'm just saying.
All right. Once again, listen, whenever Heru Ali get in here, we going on a ride, boy. Hey, man, I appreciate you for calling. Thank you so much, man. Call in anytime. You already know how it is. Listen, when we talk about spiritual awakening, this is what it feels like. Being able to observe yourself, right? This is part and parcel to having a spiritual awakening. Many times, a lot of us are self-oblivious. We're not paying attention. But here are some signs that you're starting to pay attention. You observe your patterns. How many times you heard somebody say, I watch how they move. I done peeped how you move, and I see how you move. And that you always know how everybody else move, but you don't know how you move. Self-awakening is about observing one's own patterns. Feeling a sense of connection, not necessarily with others, but with self. Many people are disconnected from self, which is why they're so desperately seeking connections externally. Letting go of attachments. What negative belief systems are you attached to? Right? What negative attachment styles are you attached to? What negative communication styles are you attached to? If there's no inner peace, there won't be any outer quiet. What you mean, Zo? If there's no inner peace, there's no outer quiet. It's going to be chaos from the world coming to you because there's no inner peace. These are examples of spiritual awakening when you're able to discover solitude within self as self. I don't know. As you are, who you are, where you are currently, what you are currently, not dreaming and aspiring to be the best you, accepting the you that is here today with you. How about that? If you don't do that we talking about getting needs met, right? These are needs that need to be met for a spiritual awakening. And if you're not doing this, you are chasing after somebody else. I promise you. You're demanding attention. You need hugs and love. And where have you been? You're distant. Okay. You increase self-compassion. You hear many people call it self-care. I've discarded the word care. We don't call it self-care on the Voice of Reason. We call it self-empathy. You start to truly empathize with who you are, regardless of where you've been or what you've been through. This is the true crucible of fire that you have to go through in order to grow up. And I tell you, if you're in an intimate relationship and you're doing this, I promise you, it's going to put some stress on the relationship. When we come forward, Zoe Williams has so much more to talk about. This topic is on fire tonight. Call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. Did I turn you up? I'm sorry.
LA Metro, Inglewood, and Westchester celebrate the dedication of the K-Line's Westchester Veterans Station. Maisha Cairo here.
I don't really know if motherfuckers be connecting with what I'm saying.
The K-Line station dedication took place mid-September for the Westchester Veterans Rail Station. This station will service the Inglewood and Westchester communities. Near within walking distance is the U.S. Vets Facility, which provides transitional and permanent housing for veterans, the iconic Randy's Donuts, and more. Two more stations being prepared for service are the Aviation Century and LAX Transit Center stations. The new
I really don't know if people hear that.
This fall. Some officials present at the celebration.
She said passive aggressive is a choice, yeah.
Mayor James Butts.
He said liberate. No, I agree with that, True. Heru, I agree with that. Passive aggressive is a choice. I agree with that.
The city of LA and surrounding areas, pick up a copy of Our Weekly LA or visit us on the website at www.ourweekly.com.
Some will, some won't. I agree with that too, True.
Edgy, who don't shy away from tough or controversial subjects.
Fantasy versus the reality of you. 100%. They don't always comprehend, though. From equal a work in progress, yeah.
Style and format is fresh and has been copied
copied by competitors. Readers are intrigued each week to see what's on the cover of our weekly. Our weekly LA distributes every Thursday, reaching more than 200,000 readers. For your advertising needs, our weekly LA offers competitive rates, so call our weekly LA at 323.
But I don't think you ordered us. We.
323-905-1303.
But I don't think you holding us accountable still. So, what's the PayPal? I don't understand.
Unfortunate shiny cars and fancy homes are just a temporary fix. With so many people in the world in need, now there's a place to spread the wealth and keep a family's lights on. Pay it forward, and where there's blight, plant trees. Party with a purpose and save lives. 3Quality is an easy solution to charitable giving and connects us all. At 3Quality.net, those who have the means transfer tokens to a charitable
What are you talking
wallet. Those at their lowest point now have a fund finance in which to turn. Help or wish to provide help.
Get at me then.
Charity at 3Quality. Visit 3, that's the number 3, quality.net, where every human is equal.
That's what I was like, I didn't want to say nothing because I was like, okay.
It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk.
You got some extra time to cook. Take it all the way to the top.
What we're making is history. Fulfilling impossibilities. Making love not a fantasy. Love is true. Love is you. Making the story of dreams come true.
Minnie Riperton. Mariah Carey, before Mariah Carey went with way more soul. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say how I feel. Perfect Angel. My playlist is my co-host. We're having a great time tonight. We have an amazing topic, thought-provoking topic. Spiritual awakening as the ultimate way to break up. People are going to fall off organically. It's not hard for people to fall off. You know why? It's very simple. Most people are not really listening to you. Honestly. Most people are listening to you from the level of their needs. It's almost like their needs have ears. So their needs are listening. Can you provide? Will I get the outcome? I need this. Yes, go get what you need. But if you don't give it to you, you will be dependent on who gives it to you. Somebody better meme that. I better see that on Instagram somewhere. If you don't give it to you, you're going to be dependent on the person that gives it to you. Agree or disagree? When we communicate verbally with diverse people, we're often surprised that somehow they didn't hear what we thought we said. You see, they didn't hear what we thought we said. However, they are listening to us through filters which are more powerful than any sunglasses. They're listening through the filters of where they were educated, where they were raised, trauma. It filters out everything, nuance. It turns it into black and white. He must have been saying this. Krishnamurti said it a different way. He said, you have never heard a word your partner has ever said because you're listening through the filter of wounds. Not just wounds. Sometimes your wounds make you into a confidence man with false confidence. A confidence man used to be the old school way of saying somebody is a scammer, right? That's a confidence man, right? You believe that what he's selling is true. You buy it, and then you find out it was fake. So again, sometimes the wounds motivate us to become confidence people. What do they call it nowadays? Imposter syndrome or something? That's what they, do you understand? It's confidence, man. Your wounds say, front like you there already. Don't let nobody know we in here hurting. What's wrong with you? The snake oil said, it's all a farce. And these are the filters that most people listen through. And I know it's frustrating. Listen, needs are the energy of life, the fundamental motivation for all our behaviors. Behind every action, there is a hunger. There is a hunger to meet needs. Marshall Rosenberg. Right? Do you want to wake up? Do you? Do you really want to wake up and then grow up and then realize maybe the person that you thought was your soulmate was really a cellmate because y'all was vibrating on a low level of consciousness where y'all needed each other where you were? But when you grow up, when you glow up, I just be laughing, and I'm sorry that I laugh, because we live in a society that will make the acquisition of things. I broke up with that person and now I'm traveling. I broke up with this person and now I got this person. I broke up with this person, but I'm still getting the things I need. The wounds are your pimp. I know you don't want to hear it that way. Your wounds are your pimp. Your wounds got you out on the street. Your wounds got you out on the stroll. And you trying to make everybody feel like it's all good. You hear people say it all the time. I'm over it. No, you're not. You just went to do something else. You're not over it. But the moment you have that one-on-one with the real you, with the fear you carry, with your ego, I'm not saying you got to destroy your ego. I'm not saying that. I'm saying fear and ego together they wreak havoc on the soul if they're not controlled, right? So there has to be a cessation of fear, right? There has to be a controlling of the ego. The ego has to understand that I'm not the begin all end all of everybody, and everybody doesn't all revolve around me. You got to understand the source of your giving. Are you giving for acknowledgement? Or are you giving because you truly love putting people in a better position? Do you barter your giving? Right? Is your giving attached to seeking? What you mean, Zoe? Seeking acknowledgement? Seeking approval? Seeking acceptance? All inside gigs. So you could go have a ball. You could go do what you do. You can go do all that. But if you don't feel secure within yourself, if you don't have a deep, deep connection with self, right? If you don't have the things that are necessary to grow up spiritually, you're going to be a dependent. I'm going to say this, man. You know me, I like to start the conversation. I like to push the buttons. But I'm going to say this about allowing spirituality to grow you out of a situation. Just grow with the flow. Don't resist. If your spirit is telling you to go in a direction, go in that direction. But make sure it's your spirit. Make sure it's your spirit. Right? Again, how do you know if it's your spirit versus your, say, because you hear people say this all the time, there's a difference between intuition and insecurity. Well, insecurity is fear-based. That's insecure. It's not secure. So there's a fear that it's not secure. So it's fear-based. When you can look at who you are, and what you're about without fear, without regret, without guilt, without shame, without apathy, you're going to be okay. You're going to be able to say, you know, this is me. And I'm okay with me. And I'm okay being the total me without you. Oh, because you're here for your needs. See, you gonna connect your doing and giving with what you get. That ain't, we'll be in a fight. When I come forward, Danny Morrison and the gang are gonna come in here and finish this conversation. I don't know what they talking about tonight. However, they gonna keep the fire lit. Zoe likes to start the fire. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow with another riveting topic. The voice of reason has been on fire. Shit was lit.
It was so good.
Appreciate all my family and friends. Thank you guys. Number love. Appreciate everybody for being in here. Love on y'all. Y'all my peoples for sure. For shigado.
Philly cheesesteak.
What happened?
What was the mashig? Or what? What'd you say? Mashigado?
For shigado.
For shigado.
For shigado.
Oh, there it is. All right.